Kelly, I put myself in that position. I put myself in a relationship that wasn't healthy. I put myself in a car when I had drank too much and I got a DUI. Like Tamara always says, I play the victim. I'm not a victim here. I'm just trying to navigate through it.
Somebody got to cue me, or do I cue myself?
Cue yourself.
Okay. You know my fart story with Justin Bieber?
No.
Okay.
Should I be recording this?
Yeah, sure.
Let's record the episode.
So we are going to start recording the episode. Don't panic. It was at the height of Justin Bieber being like American teenage heartthrob, and Lola really brought Justin Bieber to the attention of our producers. Right. She started like back when he was on YouTube saying, "Do you know Justin Bieber? Can you book Justin Bieber on the show?" Anyway, so Justin Bieber is now a bona fide star, and he's coming on our show. And I say to Lola, Justin Bieber's coming on the show. And she's like, "Mommy, please, Mommy." I don't know why my daughter's now Joan Crawford. So she's like, please, can I like skip first period? It's first period of like second grade, third grade. I'm like, sure, you can. So she and her best friend at the time came to the show. And I walked them into his dressing room because I checked it first. I was like, is it okay if I bring the little girls in to say hi? And he's very gracious and he's lovely and he's, everything he is. And the girls come in and I was like, girls, this is Justin Bieber. And he's like, I'm a hugger. Can I give you a hug? And he gets up and he gives them a hug. And like he does like a group hug, like we do a group hug. And in the middle of this group hug, I smell the most vile fart that I've ever smelled in my life. Like vile, disgusting. And I'm thinking to myself, I know I didn't do that. I have the institutional knowledge that was not me. I couldn't create that smell if my life depended on it. I'm practically a vegetarian. And my eyes are like watering and I back out and I'm thinking, that is disgusting.
Rancid.
So then we back out and I'm like, well, we don't want to trouble you. Thank you for your time. And we go back to my dressing room and I go, how about that, girls? I was like, was that exciting? And they were like, yes. And they were like jumping up and down. They were so excited. And I go, were you nervous? And my daughter's friend goes, I was so nervous I farted.
No!
I was like, yeah, no shit. Are you sure? Are you sure you just farted? Do you have to poop? I'm pretty sure you have to poop. Do you want to check your underpants to see if maybe you did poop?
Oh my God.
But now
Justin thinks it was you.
So literally, because I was like, he is disgusting.
Yeah.
He's like, she is disgusting. Well, guess what? It wasn't him and it wasn't me and it wasn't Lola.
No.
Well, he listens to this, so now he knows.
Yeah, we all know this is, I can't. Are we ready?
We're ready.
We are back with yet another episode of Let's Talk Off Camera, and right on cue, the cop sirens are blaring outside. Let's get talking. Let's talk over them today.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. You know, if you are listening to this podcast, we filmed this in my son's former bedroom right here in the heart of New York City and the heart of every hospital on the Upper East Side. So alarms, they will be a-blaring. Now, if you're a Bravo fan, and I suspect if you listen to this here podcast, you probably are, we have a real housewife today who really embodies the spirit of the OC. The highs, the lows, she's absolutely hilarious. And her tagline this season is, gosh, so delicious. If I didn't know any better, Jan, I'd swear you wrote this. Even in the hardest of times, this storms will always weather it. Get it? Get it? That's right. We're talking about Real Housewife of Orange County, Shannon Storms Beador.
Hi.
Shannon Storms Beador. I feel like I know you. I know this is a one-way relationship, but I've known you for many, many years.
Oh, well, I've known you as well.
Really?
Absolutely. All my children was my favorite.
What? When you were a baby. When we were both babies.
Oh, well, no, I'm way older than you.
No, you look great. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You look great.
Oh.
You look gorgeous.
You're very kind.
Jan tells me you just came from a lymphatic drain session.
Yeah, I get one once a week.
Now, is it the one we saw in one of the episodes where you lay on that cockamamie device with your vagina?
No.
Okay, good.
That would be something else.
Okay.
But I just a DJ. I know, I do all that stuff. I try it, but this is good. It like detoxes you. So I do it once a week.
Jan was telling me before we logged on that you were just pulled over recently. Like you had another traffic incident. Is everything okay?
Oh, everything's fine. I was coming from an interview confessional and I got a new puppy. And when I was at a red light, my phone buzzed, so I wasn't driving. I looked at it, and it was one of those political texts, and I put the phone down. And a police officer pulled me over. In California now, there's a no-touch law where you can't touch your cell phone, but he pulled me over before that, and I didn't know that that was even coming into play. So it's not a moving violation, but people like to report.
Yeah, no, I am just glad everything's okay. Does that trigger? Like, did that trigger you in any way? Were you like? Did you was there a moment where you were like, wait, am I okay?
Well, I said, well, I didn't do anything wrong. What did I do? And he said, you were texting. I said, I wasn't. I was at a red light. I picked the phone up and put it down. So,
all right. Tell me about the Love Hotel. So it's you and Luann de Lesseps.
Right. She's just kicking the pants.
And then Giselle from Potomac and Ashley from Potomac.
Correct. Yes. So I was a last minute ad. I was in New York doing press for the premiere of Real Housewives of Orange County. And Andy called me the next day and said, we have a fun idea for you. Keep an open mind for it. And after my DUI, I hadn't gone on a date for a year. And it was almost at that year mark. And I thought, you know what? This would be a really fun thing to do. Our show was airing at the time. So to have that diversion and go to Cabo San Lucas for a month, it was really nice for me. And I walked in saying, I'm not going to meet a guy who wants to be on television. Come on. I've already been down that road before with people that want to be famous and say they don't. So I went, and then I ended up meeting someone.
Earl.
It didn't work out. Well, yeah.
And what can you tell us about Earl? Jan and I think that maybe you have a bad picker and we want to start.
Well, you know what? She said that to me earlier, but I explained to her that once I knew for sure that this wasn't going to work, I cut it off.
You cut it off.
And I never looked back.
Okay, good.
So in my past, I would have stayed forever. So that is progress.
That is progress. Yes, that is progress. Yes. But I still feel like Jan and I, and take this, I want you to take this with the generous spirit we are offering to you. We are super critical and we have like great radar for people who are, I'm going to say it, I'm going to use bachelor language, I can't believe it, who are in it for the wrong reasons. People who, like, I saw your ex coming a mile away. Not that I want him to sue me because I suspect he's very litigious, but I saw that ex coming a mile away. I was screaming at the TV. I was screaming, run the entire time. What's happening? Is there an earthquake?
I'm just taking the dogs outside. This is
okay.
Over here.
It's an off-camera podcast. You don't have to worry.
Get outside. Archie, Troy, let's go.
Archie and Troy.
Best.
I got it. It's a teaser, but the show brought in a dog psychic. Come on, Archie.
A dog psychic?
A dog psychic. And she said, Archie wants a brother that looks like him. It's between 2 and 3. Get outside. So I adopted one. Okay, go. Bye-bye.
So the psychic told you that he wanted a brother and you listened and got him a brother?
Right. And that was supposed to be between 2 and 3. So I went to this golden retriever rescue. This dog is 1.5. So he's a little puppy.
Yeah, so he's rambunctious.
The handful.
Is that one Troy?
Troy. For Fight On, Spirit of Troy, USC Trojans.
Oh, okay. There you go. I love that. Speaking of Trojans and graduating and living lives, you have twins who are 21, and then your eldest daughter lives in New York and she's 24?
She does. She just turned 24. She graduated a year ago from Baylor, and she works actually for NBC Sports.
Oh, incredible.
She loves New York City. I thought she was going to be a Texan, but now she said there's a certain number of years before you become a New Yorker, but she's That's her plan.
Yeah, well, listen, as somebody who moved to New York City when I was 18 years old, I have never looked back. This has been my home. I absolutely love it here. There are people that are born in New York, but then there are people, like I suspect maybe your daughter, like my producer Ashley here, like myself. We were born to be in New York. Like we were born to be in New York. Like it called to us in a way that most like other people are like, oh, New York's great for a weekend, but I wouldn't want to live there. So I think like I saw that little sparkle in her eye. Like she really gets it.
Yeah, she loves it. And that's the one thing that I didn't do. But I know that had I moved to New York, I never would have left. So my life would have been different. But,
well, do you think you still might one day?
Oh, absolutely. We talk about it because one of my twins is in New York City at Parsons studying fashion marketing, and her twin is in Paris right now at the American University of Paris. So like they're all back there. So
you
someday,
must be incredibly proud of them.
I really am. You know, I feel guilty a lot of times as a mom because I did go through a lot in the relationship category and my kids were exposed to that. So you know, you always worry as a mom, like, gosh, how have I made so many mistakes? Is it going to affect my children? But they're really good girls. So I'm very blessed.
I do believe that, you know, kids really require just unconditional love. And they are very resilient. And, you know, and honestly, it's like when you were going, let's call them your troubles. When you were going through your troubles, I think like
I'm going to use that word.
Your troubles. It's a good sort of baseline for anything. You're going through your troubles. Kids at the ages your kids were, they're so much more invested in their friends than what's going on in their parents' lives.
You are correct.
Like that, I'm always like, be concerned with who your kids' friends are, and like that's like what you got to look out for. Right. And I was a no sleepover person, really. If someone wanted to stay over at my house, that was okay. But I never, nothing good happens at a sleepover, and they get no sleep. So that's right.
And I was very fortunate that after my divorce, especially after COVID, the girls stayed with me 100% of the time. So yeah, I didn't, have to miss them all the time. So it was great.
Of course. So you joined the OC in season 9, right? Was it season 9?
Yes.
Okay. So at the time you were married, you had young kids. What was the biggest surprise with joining this crew? And what was the conversations that you had as a married couple before doing it?
Well, I didn't tell my ex-husband that I was interviewing. I was approached and I watched the show and I thought, actually they called me and they said, can you send us a red carpet photo? I go, I can send you my Christmas card photo. And I faxed over a Christmas card picture of my family. And they go, we want to meet you. So I didn't even tell them because I thought I'm going to be 50. They're not going to want me. And then they gave me a call back on the spot. And I came home going, I wasn't really where I said it was going to be. And foreshadow because he had an affair, but he thought, oh, she having an affair. And they came down and met my family. And, I got it. I was never on my radar, especially at that age, because I'm 61 now to be on a camera at that age. But it's been an amazing ride. It's been good and bad, but I'm blessed and I'm grateful for the platform and the job. It's been an adventure.
Come look, she looks amazing. You look like you just said you're 61 and I don't believe that. I think you're lying.
Okay, well, yeah, put your readers on.
No, you can put your face as close to the camera as you want. You look really good. You should be super happy. Yeah. So do you think that your husband and your ex liked being on camera a little too much?
I'm going to have to say yes. But what was so ironic is that in both of those cases, I was always told, I hate this. This is toxic. I don't want to do it. But I think that in both cases, in the end, they enjoyed it. And Vicki Gunvalson always says, it's like you have a little sip of the Kool-Aid and you want it. You keep wanting it.
Yeah. And so are you still friends with Vicki?
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
I was just with her. Okay. I just saw her last week.
Okay.
Oh, we were at a golf tournament together. Yeah, I was with her last week. Yeah.
So Jan had thoughts on Tamra.
Yeah, first of all, like, I loved it when the three of you were
the Tres Amigas.
Yeah, like that was so fun. But obviously that went kaput. But my thought is like, I'm watching this season right now, and I feel like a lot of people are friends with her because they're scared of her. They don't want to be on her bad side.
I will agree with you, because when you're on her bad side, there are certain people over the years that go for the jugular, and it can be really nasty. I will call people out on things that I believe that they're doing wrong, but I don't put character damaging labels, I don't think, on people. Although I might on Katie. I do call her a liar.
Well, we're going to get into Katie in a minute.
Yeah,
we're going to, because that's a whole other thing that I want to get into. But with Tamra, I feel, and I actually feel this, I don't think they're as much afraid of her, because nobody really seems afraid of anybody in that group besides besides like the fact that the husbands and the ex-husbands all seem freakishly litigious. That's all I'm going to say. I've never seen a pack of husbands sue. I'm like, what? The lawsuits that are filed. I'm nervous doing this podcast. That's why I'm keeping it general. General husbands and boyfriends and exes seem litigious. There, I said it. Just generally, allegedly. But I think that people are giving Tamra grace this season because she is in therapy, and because she does seem to be like trying. And I know there are certain things she can't help herself with. She cannot help but say, so-and-so showed me a video, or so-and-so told me about this. And like, she implicates everyone that was there. Like, for me, it's like you either say it in real time, or you never say it. You either hold on to the information and take it to your grave, or you go to say you one-on-one and say, I just want you to know this is happening, like maybe off camera, right? Like, to me, that's the humane and normal thing to do. But I think she really is in therapy to try to break herself of these deeply ingrained habits.
Well, I mean, I can't comment on her mental health, but I can say I hope she gets the help she needs. I've been in therapy for years. You know, after my DUI, I went to a facility for 30 days, and it was an intensive outpatient program here in Newport Beach. It's one of the top trauma facilities. And so I went every day from like 9 until 6. It's like, it was therapy every single hour. And I really learned a lot, and I continue on with people at that facility. And when I came out of it, trying to say, because I wanted to figure out why I make toxic choices in my life, and I didn't get any grace from her. So, you know, I when I realized that I'm going down a wrong path, I want to make it better. So that's why I did what I did. So, you know, this season, you know, there is, I don't want to create tension. Alexis is gone, thank goodness. But, and I'm sure she'll get more gigs because she's a very famous television star. But anyways, you know, I don't want people to feel this tension. So I get to a place with Tamara where we can be together in the same room. But as far as me becoming a healthier person, I have to look at the history and the historical patterns that we had. And there was a lot of hurt. Yeah. And so after last season, the attacks that happened 100% of the time when I filmed with her, I'm not eager and waiting. And people may call me a jerk, or I don't know if I can say asshole.
You can say asshole. We say it all the time.
They could call me an asshole, but I have to think about what's healthiest for me. So I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah, I thought she came after you way too hard. I know she was claiming she was doing it as a friend, but I think she came way too hard at you about the drinking last year. I just thought it was.
Who was the one that was drunk? It's such hypocrisy, because there are 2 times that I have been completely drunk in 11 years on the show. So I willingly admit that there were periods of my life, because of misery or whatever, that I was using alcohol to cope. And now I don't do that. If I have issues that I'm upset about, I have different coping mechanisms today. And I've admitted that. But I'm not an alcoholic, and I'm very aware of alcohol in my relationship with it.
I do feel like there's something, and I'm gonna say this with regards to Katie. I do think that when a show becomes like a juggernaut and people are watching it a lot and you are casting people into the show, sometimes it's people that, I don't want to use the word fans of the show, but people that are very invested in the show, in the storylines. They understand how it works. They come armed with a lot of knowledge about you, and you may know nothing about them. And I feel in general, with regards to all facets of reality TV, people know too much and are interacting with fan blogs way too much. I don't understand this at all.
For instance, I don't look at all that kind of stuff because it's just hurtful. Right. A lot of people vent, and for whatever reason, they're unkind. And the bloggers are never your friend. Their job is to sensationalize things and to create clickbait. And, you can't get sucked in to that sort of thing. I do think that, my goodness, our show, this is season 19. It's been on for 19 years. What I'm so tired about is these new girls coming on going, I've never seen the show before.
Right.
Of course you have.
Yes, you have. Yes,
you have. Admit the truth. Mm-hmm. And I had seen the show, but when I came in my first scene to meet all the ladies, I said, you're not going to like Vicki, because I didn't like her on the show.
Right.
But walk in pretending you're meeting him for the first time. And I ended up bonding with Vicki the most. So you got to just walk in and say, I don't know these people. I'm meeting them for the first time.
Would I like Vicki?
You would. I'm telling you, she's just kind of a train wreck in the best way possible.
Really?
She says things that make no sense. Yeah, I was meeting her for dinner with Jeff Lewis a couple months ago in LA at some sushi restaurant. She showed up at the one in Brentwood. That's just what she does. It's just like, she's got this kookiness to her that keeps you laughing.
So do you feel like with these new girls, they come in and they feel like they have to like drop bombs and stir things up just to be relevant? Like they're actually creating a storyline so that they have to be on the show?
Yes.
So do you feel like with these new girls, they come in and they feel like they have to like drop bombs and stir things up just to be relevant? Like they're actually creating a storyline so that they have to be on the show?
Yes. At the beginning, when I was much more reactive, new girls would come and they knew that if they went after me, I'd be reactive. So that would make them relevant on the show. So I do believe that they come in like that. I'll never forget. I don't know what season it was, but don't get mad at me, Megan. Megan King Edmonds called me right before we started filming. She goes, I'm going to try and get pregnant this season. What's your storyline going to be? And I go, I'm going to be Shannon Beador. And when people get tired of that, I'll walk off into the sunset. Like, I don't know. I don't like to. I like to do things off the cuff, and
so it's like actually being real in reality as opposed to contrived reality. Yeah.
Yes.
So, is there a person that you feel has been the most egregious towards you? Let's put a pin in Tamra. Is there somebody else that has really come at you in a way that you find unforgivable?
Well, this is going to bite me in the ass. But Kelly Dodd, sometimes she's been a wonderful friend to me. And then other times, depending on her mood, she goes for the jugular as well. So, I just kind of keep at peace with her. I don't want to fight. I don't like to fight, but I will fight.
You don't strike me as a confrontational person. And I am, believe it or not, Albert, so calm down and don't get upset. I am a very non-confrontational person.
Albert just laughed out loud.
I am. But when provoked, I come back immediately and hard. When provoked. But you have to provoke me. I am
you and I have Italian fights.
We have Italian fights. That doesn't count.
That's what I meant.
That doesn't count.
Okay.
I'm talking about in the world, in life.
Yes.
Like, have you ever seen me?
No.
We don't pick
I just
fights.
laugh because we have Italian fights.
But I am like you. Like, if you come at me, I will come right back to you. And in real time, you're not going to read about it. You're not going to read a text about it. Nobody's going to say, well, you know what so-and-so said as soon as you left the restaurant. I say it in real time. And I feel like you are like that as well.
Right. I say I'm nice until I'm not.
Right.
Like I will be nice until there's a reason not to be.
Can you explain to me Katie's audio recording, because I watched it and I listened to everybody's interpretation of it, and I still don't understand what happened. So
okay, so what happened is last season we went to London, and it was my first all cast trip that I was quote hosting, and it was for my birthday. Yeah. And I was so excited about it, and every single time we went to film, it was an attack. And on the very last day, I said, I can't do this anymore. I had to leave. And I flew home early. I didn't threaten to quit, didn't go on social media like other people do, but we had finished filming. So it wasn't like I missed anything. And I just took an Uber to a hotel, and I took another flight home. And at that point of the season, it was really tough. You know, I'd had to film with Alexis Bellino, and I had Tamara coming after me all the time. I got to a point when I came home from London, like I didn't even want to get out of bed. I just felt like I had been I was just in a bad place. And that is when we had a gallery shoot, and I was upset. I mean, I don't know if I can get into the details, but
explain to the listeners who aren't familiar, what is a gallery shoot?
Oh, so a gallery shoot is where we all go and we take our cast photo for the year. And then we take a group photo that will be used in the promotions and everything else.
So when we see you all in your glamorous gowns and somebody's sitting and somebody's standing and you're all like, so that's what that is. Okay, got it.
So I'm just going to be completely honest. So I was having issues when I came home from London sleeping, and I'm not good on any sort of pill. So the psychiatrist at the trauma center was giving me different types of sleeping aids to use. And I was so down. I didn't want to go to the gallery shoot. I took one of the sleeping pills before I went to bed. Well, I didn't know there's some side effects. I was up. I do sleepwalk anyways, but I was walking around. I was texting people. I was texting production, going, screw you. Like I literally woke up exhausted because I really didn't sleep. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get fired today because I just told production off in my freaking sleep. And it was frightening to me. I can never take one of those pills again.
Never take a sleeping pill. Never.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I'm late. I'm upset. I found out I wasn't getting reimbursed for my plane flight home. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy. So I wasn't in a good place. And when I got out of the car, I was crying. And this is not a filmed day. You get your glam, you take your picture, you go home. And so they put me in a makeup room with Jen and Katie. So when I walked in, I was crying because I didn't want to be there. And I thought I was going to get fired. And one of the head of our show, business side from the production company, took me outside and we had a conversation. And he said, Shannon, this is a big day. You got to get in there and take your picture. And I said, I'm going to go kill it. And I did. Yeah. I did my job.
You did your job. Right.
I did my job. And as I asked that person today, what do you recall from that conversation where I was so upset? He goes, I remember you said you'd kill it, and you did. You did your job. And, you know, people have meltdowns all the time. It just was a very, very difficult year for me last year. I was still in a lawsuit with John. I had been filming, and I'm with Alexis, and it just was a lot for me.
I think they asked a lot of you. I remember being excited for your birthday party in London. I really was. Like, I was super excited for it. And then I watched you get shit on at every turn, and I felt really like, and I know how reality TV works, so I know it was shot months and months ago, but I wanted to fly there and be like, girl, I'm going to life coach you out of this.
Well, I want to say, Kelly, I put myself in that position. I put myself in a relationship that wasn't healthy. I put myself in a car when I had drank too much and I got a DUI. Like Tamara always says, I play the victim. I'm not a victim here. I'm just trying to navigate through it because I didn't think I was going to be able to. And I got to say, and I say this, I think about the DUI every day, and I'm so grateful that I didn't hurt anyone because it would be a completely different story today. But I can look back now and say so many positive changes have been made by me since that DUI. I'm not in a toxic relationship anymore, and I'm working on myself. So in the end, it's a blessing that it all happened because I am becoming a stronger person from it.
Have you forgiven yourself?
That's hard. There was a lot of, in the therapy place that I went to, there were a lot of classes about shame and guilt. And, I have 3 daughters and, people say, oh, I got a DUI. Yeah, when you're flipping 19, I was 59. And, my daughters are looking at me. So I am grateful today that they can say, you know what, Mom, we're proud of you. You're still standing and you're becoming a better person. I've never been happier.
But you need to forgive yourself completely. Or my fear is that your daughters, when they make a mistake, they'll never forgive themselves either.
Yeah, no,
I'm not trying to lay more guilt on. I'm not trying to.
I'm getting there.
Shame on you, Shannon, for not forgiving yourself.
I mean, we all make mistakes every day, and when my children do make mistakes, I help them get over it so that they don't beat themselves up. So I'm getting there.
But take me back because I still don't understand the recording.
Oh, okay. So I walk into the room, and apparently Katie's on a business call. Okay, use your flipping 2 legs, lady. If I'm too loud and you're on a business call, walk out of the flipping room.
Right.
Okay? So she's upset. She hangs up the business call and then records me crying in the room. Then, for what? There is 0 positive intention when you record someone without their knowledge.
It's violating.
Oh, by the way, in California, it's a violation of the law.
Well, it's violating. It's a violation against humanity, really.
It really is. And so to top it off, after that day was over and our season wrapped up, Katie was out with Alexis Bellino and played the tape to her when I was in an active litigation with John, which basically was with Alexis too, because she puts her nose in everything. So it was just such a violation. I wasn't very close to her, but for her to do something like that, I was one of the people.
Yeah, it seemed like you went out of your way
her.
To be kind to her and welcoming to her. But she had said that she felt like it was an eat or be eaten situation, which is something she finally said. But initially, she really seemed sort of flummoxed or bewildered by the knowledge that everyone had that she was communicating with bloggers.
Right. I mean, she always has an explanation, and a lot of the times the explanation will change. Oh, well, I forgot that. Oh, well, yeah, I guess I did do that. And yes, at the time where we are right now in this season, mine is the biggest issue, but stay tuned. More things happen. So it's it's a lot.
Test.
Oh, yes.
I bet you it's about her.
The lie detector
We want to know what the lie detector test is
can you
about.
tell us what that lie detector test is about?
Okay, well, I just will say to you that I am an honest person, but I have weird nightmares sometimes, like, I can't find the test, and I'm still in high school, but I'm 16. I didn't read the book and all that. Another one of my nightmares is you got a polygraph on, and I say, no, I didn't do it. And they go, she's the liar. Put her in the cell. It's like a nightmare I've had before. And I need to tell you, my heart was pounding.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to tease this. So I call myself, I like to kiss. It's neck up for me. I'm not trashy. I'm not going to sleep with anybody. But the neck up, I'm good with kissing. So the lie detector guy says, have you kissed multiple men in Newport Beach? And I go, yes, I have. So then I felt better. It's like, okay, these are kind of fun questions. So it was better.
So they warmed you up with that. And then it's like, where were you when Katie was recording with a blogger? So Jen thinks that Katie's being held to a different standard. Do you agree with that?
No.
No.
And when you watch the season, I think you'll agree. I mean, I feel bad, even though the word is accurate. I might have called her the adjective or noun criminal at times, and that wasn't nice. And so I stopped. Right. But I was really angry. I felt so betrayed.
But I also think, Jan, and maybe you can weigh in, I feel that Shannon has also at times been held to a different standard than everybody else.
Well, definitely.
I mean, if I look back to times where someone says "F you" and they walk out of the room, I'd be apologizing for it for a year.
Right.
But it's fine. I would prefer to be known as a person to be held to a little bit of a different standard.
What do you think that is, though? Why are certain people held to higher standards than others?
I don't know.
Because I would say it's a woman thing, but you're a cast of entirely women. So I'm trying to figure out like what that hierarchy is.
You know what? Tamara and I had a conversation with Andy years ago when we were in New York at the Upfronts. And we said, like, why are certain people on the show when they're just nasty? And he said, people love to hate someone. They tune in because they love to hate.
Yeah.
So I think that's why people are held to a different standard, because it brings, I guess, drama.
Does it also solidify their standing in the cast? Like if they are causing trouble with everyone, then it's hard to get rid of them.
I don't know, because I think that would be not a place that you would want to be. The bottom line is, if you have 6, 7, however many on the cast, opinionated women, it's going to happen.
Right.
I film with my kids. They go, we're going to film you at dinner. I go, what? This is just a waste of time. Nothing's going to happen. And then, my daughter will say, look, I got a piercing, Mom, and I lose it. Things happen. They just happen.
But Alexis isn't on this season, which I'm sure you're thrilled about.
Yeah.
Did you have any hand in that? Like, was that, did you get to negotiate? No.
No. In fact, someone asked me, they said, there's a rumor out there. I have zero power with Bravo. And I will be honest about this. Yes, through the years, there have been people that I've disliked and, I wish I didn't have to work with them. But I would never wish for someone to lose their job, because it's a livelihood for a lot of
you would
people.
never take an opportunity away.
But do people do that? Do they like, I'm not doing this if so-and-so is on? Does that happen?
It does. And again, maybe when my marriage was falling apart, I was a little bit volatile and I was mad about something. And I called Andy and Kathleen French and I'm out of here. And Jeff Lewis called me the next day, goes, you get on that phone and you you tell everyone I'm sorry. And then they kind of laughed when I said I was sorry. And since that day, I have never threatened to quit. I'm not, it's just a person that cries wolf.
It doesn't serve you.
No, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have been here for this long.
Tell me about Gretchen Rossi returning and why does she look like she's frozen in time? Like she's
beautiful, by the way.
I know she's beautiful, but she is definitely. I swear, Jan, I thought she was wearing the same outfit at the day she walked out of the show. I was like, wait, what is happening right now?
Yeah, she definitely has her own style.
She has a specific style.
That is for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the Gretchen style. But I have to tell you, I've never filmed or worked with her before because she left, and then I came in. And Tamara wasn't friends with her, so I didn't really get to know her outside of the show or, living in the same neighborhood. Mm-hmm. But she and Slade have been nothing but kind to me. And I have to say, to their credit, they've been together for 16 years. They have a 5-year-old daughter. They're happy. So everyone that questions Slade's intentions or whatnot, I mean, they're still together and happy 16 years later.
She also revealed that she broke Slade's penis and now it has a bend in it. So he has Peyronie's disease. And as she was describing Slade's penis from the breakage, I don't know if you saw that.
I did see this.
So she's describing Slade's penis because scar tissue formed on the shaft. Albert, I'm going to talk directly to you because you have
my legs as you
you have a penis and Jan and I do not yet anyway. And we are dressed. I'm trying to get to the bottom of, so we've all seen these commercials for Peyronie's disease. Oh yeah, there it is. Thank you. We're getting a picture of it? We're getting pictures.
Let me see.
So when Gretchen described the penis, I was like, oh, he has Peyronie's disease, and there's a shot he can take for that to straighten his penis out.
He has done the work to correct the problem.
Oh, he has? Okay. You're happy to report?
I'm
Shannon Storms on the scene.
I mean, I'm not, I haven't delved into the deep issues with Slade's penis, but I want to say that I heard that he's doing something to correct it. Well, I want to say that Slade might have said it was in a cast.
In a cast? I don't think that's true.
Like a brace.
I don't think that's true. I think he's exact. I think that's he's being funny for TV. Look that up, Seth. We're gonna Googling it.
Okay, well, also, I guess what happened is Gretchen was put on a hormone pellet.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason why it broke is because she was because
she had testosterone.
She wanted to be intimate very often.
Well, the hormone pellet, let me tell you about the testosterone pellet.
Glenn just called my doctor to find out how I get that.
Jan just got darted. Somewhere across the street, Glenn is now darting a testosterone pellet into Jan through the window. So those testosterone pellets, the pellet, depending on how your body metabolizes it, you could have a week of having like rocket fuel where you're breaking your husband's penis off and then you're careening off a cliff and you feel like you have some form of like what's the kissing disease? What's that called where you sleep?
Mononucleosis?
Mono. Yeah, where you have mono. Like you go from like rocket fuel to mono in the course of 24 hours. I'm just telling you. I'm not going to tell you how I know. I just know these things.
Okay.
How much time do you spend with these women when you're not filming?
Well, it's interesting because for a few years, I would come back on the show and I really didn't have any friends. So a lot of the time I wouldn't keep in touch with anyone. But I think that right now I'm pretty good because of the relationship I had with Tamara and how close we were off when we weren't filming and all of that. So, at least texting every day. I've been a little bit cautious. So I don't know. I've formed a genuine friendship with Jen Pedranti. And I think that she's just a good girl. And I've instantly clicked with her from day one. So, I just kind of keeping it there. I get along with all the girls. And that was a miracle as we started this season. So I keep, in contact with them, but we don't get together all that often. I just don't think it's smart.
What about other shows? Do you have any friendships with any of the other Real Housewives from other shows?
I do. I mean, well, especially now the Love Hotel ladies, because we were in a little sorority. They're not knowing it's the first season. So we were all getting surprised every day, not knowing what was going to happen. But I can pretty much say I know women from all the franchises at this point.
Are they still with those guys, the other ones?
Yeah, are the other ones with the guys
from Love Hotel?
From Love Hotel.
Is Luann
Luann still sees James, but they have like an open relationship because they are at opposite ends of the earth. So they're together when they're together. It's cute.
I think she likes an open relationship, Luann. Don't you think?
I thought he was a little small for her.
Small?
Small, physically small.
Well, she's very, she's very statuesque. She's incredibly
tall. It shouldn't
tall.
bother me, but it did.
You guys, she is absolutely flippin' gorgeous.
Yeah, I've known Luann for like 30 years before she was a Real Housewife.
Okay.
Like I know her from Long Island, and she's multilingual. She's a very refined lady.
Yes.
Our daughters used to ride horses together. Like I've known her a long time. Like I've known her forever, and she's always been gorgeous. She's she's very chic. She's very sophisticated. She's very funny.
Well, she was not fond of my choice. I had slim pickings for who I had because I'm not a cougar, so I'm not going to go younger. But she had a lot of distaste for my choice, and she let me know it all.
Well, why is that?
Well, she just said she felt I was being gaslit, and she just said he's not refined enough for you. But there was a part of me that said I have a bad picker. And this person kept saying, I'm a simple man. And I would say, I'm a not so simple girl. So I thought maybe I need a simple man that lives in a town.
No, what he's saying, he is saying all the things. Like, this is the thing with these guys. If somebody said to me, I'm a simple man, I would run. I would run screaming. It's like when people are like, it's like when women are like, I'm a girl's girl. I'm like, oh, run away.
She needs someone like a businessman.
Yes,
like she's very smart, very worldly.
Luann is right. Who thinks that it's silly and cute that I'm on this little reality thing, but wants nothing to do with it.
What you need?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, Jan and I are going to give you. We're going to give you your husband. Okay. So your husband is a very refined, either hedge fund or he's in international banking. He probably lives in Geneva or, dare I say it, Gstaad. Okay? He also has residences in Milan and, I don't know, maybe he keeps a penthouse in Paris, right? He's got money. He inherited it, but then the money he inherited, he spun into a fortune. Okay. And I'm talking billions with a B. Maybe he's divorced, but ideally his first wife tragically went missing. Okay.
No, that's not good. That's not good. We never know. Maybe he was involved in that.
No. She was on a plane. She was on a plane that vanished, and it had nothing to do with him. She was on a plane that vanished. Period. Okay.
She was on Lost.
Right.
She was on Lost.
She was on Lost. Period. Nothing shady about him. There's nothing shady. There is not a skeleton in the closet. Okay?
Love it.
And
I want him.
And he wants Jan. You can't have him. He's for Shannon. Don't be greedy.
Oh my gosh, I'm dying right now.
So he has a private jet. He is happy to squire you back to set for your shoot days, but then he wants to pick you up on his Global Express and take you to Abu Dhabi shopping for the weekend. Do you understand?
Yeah, I do.
And then he is like, he who must never be named. He's like mysterious. We don't know anything about him. It will drive the other girls crazy. But the key thing is, I don't think I don't think he needs children. I don't think he should have children.
And he's not from this country. Definitely
He's not. He's ideally not from this country, and he
yeah.
finds it charming. He finds it charming that you're on this you're on a television program like a teacher, he says. And you're like, yes, like a teacher. I'm like a teacher is what you tell him. And that's who you are with. Okay.
Okay. I love that. And I do. I'm fine if the person I date has children, but I want them to be adults. I want to be a priority. And I know that might sound selfish, but I do. I want to be.
The only reason I don't want him to have children for you is when it comes to the reading of the will, because he's slightly older than you. And when it comes to the reading of the will, you don't need his heirs coming in to sue you in court. Because if it's one thing I've learned watching The Real Housewives of Orange County is that people are litigious. Okay?
So
you are hilarious.
Okay, so here's my second husband. You want to hear? Okay, my second husband is 97 years old. He is bedridden, and he has no family whatsoever. No children, no siblings. He was an only child, and he inherited a $1 billion emerald mine. Maybe in Colombia. I don't know. He just inherited a $1 billion emerald mine. He's worth billions of dollars. And he just needs companionship, someone to wipe his mouth, at the end of the day.
Last week.
And read it for the last week of his life. And to read him maybe the Wall Street Journal, and he'll say to me, darling, what's in the pages? Or he'll mumble that. Or his nurse will say to me, Lord blank von blankety blank wants to know if you'll read him the paper. And I'll come in and I'll read him the newspaper until he, drifts off. And that is my second husband. Is that the greatest thing you've ever heard? Is that a love story or what?
Oh my gosh, you're so funny. My dad is 96, by the way, but doesn't have all those other.
He doesn't have any of those problems. Well, then he's not right for me. First of all, he has you. You're his child. So, and he has to be on his deathbed. Shannon, work with me.
I mean, yeah, I'll come and visit. If you need a break.
Okay, if you could pick anybody to join the cast, who would it be?
Well, I always loved Sonia Morgan just because she's hilarious. But now that I've forged a closer relationship with Luann, I would say Luann.
Luann.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think she'd do in Orange County? I think she'd be
fabulous.
Yeah. I think that you and she, and I think that Heather Dubrow and she... Yeah, I think they would get along. I mean, I think they would get along, but there would be a lot of backstabbing and all of that. But
Heather and Luann are friends.
Yeah. No, but I think if they were working together, it would be like, who's going to out-sophisticate the other one?
Oh,
Don't you think?
It's possible.
It's possible. I think it's
possible.
Probable.
But Luann has that international flair to her because she lived in Italy and met the Count, and they were married 2 weeks later and all this stuff. So she's got that worldliness to her.
Do you still call her Countess?
I call her Lou.
I call her Lou. Yeah, I still call her Countess. Isn't that crazy?
She calls herself the Countess.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
So do I. I mean, I'm such a beta fish. I fall right in line. You know what I mean, Jan?
Yeah.
She says Countess de Lesseps, and I'm like, yes, ma'am, Countess. Yes, Your Highness. All right. Well, anything else you want us to know?
I will say, I mean, if I'm going to say something about the Real Housewives of Orange County, what I found that was so different about it this year is that the drama, and there is quite a bit of it, it's very unique. It's like things that wouldn't be scripted. They just fall out of the sky and you're like, really? This is happening right now? So I think that will make it entertaining.
I always think the show is entertaining for that very reason. It seems like really, like at times, quite unhinged. Shannon, are you ever going to drop Beador? Will you ever go by just back to Shannon Storms?
You know what? My mother still is Patricia Storms. And, she's been divorced from my father since I was in college. I think I'll do it until maybe my daughters get married because it's our connection as well.
It's your connection. You're right. That I understand. Yeah. Well, this has been delightful. Thank you for doing our podcast.
Oh, it's been so much. Like literally, my stomach hurts from laughing. So I cannot wait so hard, and I cannot wait to meet my man that you've manifested for me today.
We're gonna listen. Jan and I are like truffle pigs.
God. We'll find him.
We will find him. We will find this man for you.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Answer the door later.
Yeah, answer the door. It could be him. Thanks, Shannon. Thanks.
All right. Thanks so much, you guys. Take care. Bye.
Yeah, so make sure, listeners, you've got to watch The Real Housewives of Orange County. I think this season is, I thought last season was unhinged, and this season is even more unhinged. Yeah. All right, well, I mean, what more do you want from me, guys?
That's amazing.
That was great. Thank you, listeners. Be sure to tell your friends about us. Are we still doing the thing where you rate and review us, or we don't care about?
Review us? Yes, we can.
You haven't said that in a while, Jan. Guys, don't forget to rate and review us for God's sakes.
For God's sakes.
Give us 5 stars. That is mandatory. I think we do well with our stars, don't we?
We do well with our stars.
Yeah. Well, we've demanded it of people. Yeah. I don't think they even know they don't have to, but you do have to.
Yes.
Can't wait to talk off camera next week. Bye. Let's Talk Off Camera with Kelly Ripa is a production of Melojo Productions. From Melojo, our team is Kelly Ripa, Mark Consuelos, Albert Bianchini, Jan Chalet, Seth Bronquist, Roz Therian, Devin Schneider, Michael Halprin, Julia Desch, and Team Radio Andy, Lisa Mantaneo, Scott Marlowe, Jake Getz.